I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. Use Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, there we are. I didn't realize I was itching my head. Welcome, everybody. This is the Brad Sansui Show, the second half of the Sansui Show. Squeeze is out on assignment. He is doing some undercover CIA work. I got a text from him. He said, dude, don't even ask. So I didn't ask. I don't know what's going on, but I hope he is okay, and I am sure he is, and he will be back tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm manning the whole place by myself here, and I want to welcome everybody to the 12 noon show. We got a lot going on here today, so we got to cover a lot of ground here. We're going to talk about a little bit quickly in the news. We're going to get to your immigration questions, so if you call right now at 1-800-529-5465, that's 1-800-529-5465, you will get your immigration questions asked and answered. 1-800-529-5465. If you're shy like I am, and you don't know how to, raise your voice and scream and yell or, carry on, then just leave your questions on Facebook at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, The Brad and Squeeze Show, Brad H. Bernstein, and we're going to have our beautiful social media queen, Kim, ask your questions of me in our social media round in about 15 minutes or so. We call it the rapid fire round. 1-800-529-5465. I already have Henry online, on hold, from Boston, Massachusetts. He must have a burning question because he's been on hold before our show even started. We're going to get to Henry in about 2 or 3 minutes. In the meantime, I don't know if anybody saw, because, it came on first, if anybody saw the initial advertisement when we first came on about Moshe and our personal injury department. We got our client Bernadette a very wonderful settlement. And I saw in the news here, we handle a lot of construction accident cases, and she was seriously injured, and we got her a very nice settlement, and she came and did a little video for us as she was signing her papers to get her money, and she was obviously very happy and recommended our firm. And by the way, it's the same telephone number, 1-800-529-5465. But I saw in the news yesterday in Lower Manhattan, only a few blocks from where I live, a scaffolding fell on people in the high wind. 6 people were hurt. The incident happened on the corner of Broadway and Prince Street. There it is. And fire department officials say they're lucky that there were not more injuries and nobody got killed. The investigators said they're blaming it on the strong wind. It doesn't matter if they blame it on the strong wind because it is a labor law case. And anybody who gets injured in a construction accident from something falling on your head, or you falling, in this particular case, something falling on their head, pedestrians walking by, it doesn't matter if it was caused by the strong wind. The owner of the building and the people who put up the scaffolding are liable. Strict liability is in New York City, so it could have been a hurricane of 200 miles per hour. It really doesn't matter. It's strict liability in construction accident cases. God forbid you or your family members were hurt in this particular construction case or another one. You should give us a call because we get very big settlements for our clients. I love when the fire department says, that, we're blaming it on the strong. Nope, not under New York law. You're not blaming it on the strong wind. In New York law, you're blaming it on the contractor and the landowner. Period. End of story. So what they should be saying is, despite the wind, we blame the contractor and we blame the landowner because that's what the law is in New York. But I love how investigators say they blame the wind, make people feel that they do not have a legal case when in fact they do. I hope nobody knows anybody who got injured in an accident, in this particular accident or another one, but certainly make sure that you contact us, God forbid, at 1-800-529-5465. I just wanted to correct the fire department on who is to blame under law. It's not God. God is not to blame under this law. It is the landowner and the contractor. And give us a call at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. What else is happening? A Border Patrol agent was shot on the border, which is actually very sad. Rogelio Martinez and his partner were responding to illegal border crossing activity when apparently they got shot under unknown circumstances. We don't know who shot the Border Patrol agent. We don't know the circumstances in which he was shot. It is dangerous to be law enforcement in America. There are police officers who get shot every day, and they put their lives in the line of duty, and we honor them, certainly. And the last thing I would like to see when something happens like this is to politicize it, which is what, unfortunately, Donald Trump did by tweeting, Border Patrol officer killed at southern border. We will and must build the wall. That's what he says. So, building a wall has nothing to do with police officer down. And I don't remember having a tweet from Donald Trump when a cop got shot in a big city like New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago, saying, cop got shot in New York or Los Angeles, Chicago, let's build the wall. But of course, because it happened on the border, he blames immigrants, and the only way to solve our big problems is build a wall, which is politicizing what is an unfortunate incident. All right. On the good news, here's some good news. Elephants shot for sport in Africa cannot be imported to the United States. After all, Donald Trump has changed his mind. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services said Thursday that it was going to allow dead elephants who are shot in Africa to be brought to the United States by people to use as trophies. And animal rights advocates and environmental groups criticized the decision, said there was a huge outcry. And finally, Trump tweeted that the policy is now being reversed. There is the elephants population in Africa are being decimated, and if this continues to allow people to hunt elephants, the next generation, there will be no elephants. And it is also there's a link to terror. How is there a link to terror, Jill? Jill is telling my ear there's a link to terror. I don't know how there's a link to terror. California Representative Ed Royce questioned the action because of concerns not only about African wildlife, but U.S. national security, citing the political upheaval in Zimbabwe. He stated elephants and other big game in Africa are I see why. They are blood currency for terrorist organizations, and they are being killed at an alarming rate. Stopping poaching isn't just about saving the world's most majestic animals, which I always thought was, but it's also about our national security. So glad they reversed that decision. And finally, before we get to your immigration questions, at 1-800-529-5465 in the Get a Clue department in the news, Ivanka Trump's lifestyle company shared a Thanksgiving decoration tip via Twitter earlier this week. And Ivanka said, if you have no idea how to decorate your Thanksgiving table, don't worry, Ivanka Trump knows how to decorate the table. And Twitter went up in a storm. And some people said, and I'm going to read some Twitter comments to this table setting for Thanksgiving. This is the ugliest setup I've ever seen. You all really mixed a clam boat with seasonal gourds? No, ma'am. Randy Prine says, no idea how to celebrate Thanksgiving as the first family. Try this. I don't know. Problem solved. I don't know. A picture of Obama family serving food. And finally, Houston Harker wrote, wow, even the pumpkins. There's Obama serving food. And then Houston Harker, which the funniest comment was, wow, even the pumpkins are white. Oh, and there's another one. Trump dressed up as a turkey dressed up as Trump. Says, look on the bright side after your guest watching horror as your seafood appetizer eats the family pumpkin tree. The turkey won't look so bad. All right. So I totally screwed that one up because I was reading the comments incorrectly with the pictures up there. But I'm fine, Jill said. All right. 1-800-529-5465. We got a lot going on here. We're going to get to your immigration questions right now. 1-800-529-5465. You're listening live on WVIP 93.5 FM. You're also watching live on our broadcast channels, Brad H. Bernstein, law offices of Spar and Bernstein, Brad and Squeeze Show. Leave your questions on the Brad and Squeeze Show, and our social media queen will be answering them very shortly. 1-800- Coffee. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Henry in Boston. Henry.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What's up?
So I have a question here. My sister's identity has been used by someone else to travel to the U.S.
Okay.
Because when she went to the U.S. Embassy, they say that you were already in the U.S. How can you be here? So, and
who does she know who took her identity?
Like, her boyfriend wanted her to marry her because the boyfriend took a visa lottery, and he wanted to marry my sister, but my sister denied it, and the boyfriend went to the U.S. Embassy, do everything, like open a...
Wait. What does this have to do with anything about somebody using your sister's identity? Your sister, there was a boyfriend who wanted to marry your sister, and she said, no, I'm not interested. And what does that have to do with somebody? What did the boyfriend do after that? The boyfriend stole the sister's identity and went with a different woman to the embassy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes?
Exactly.
So why would a different woman go and pose as your sister? What would be the purpose of that?
So we just don't know. That's what happened.
What country is your sister in?
Congo.
In the Congo. Why? And how do you know it's the boyfriend took a different woman in as your sister into the embassy? How do you know this? That's what the embassy said, that this man showed up and asked for a visa for somebody else and said it was her?
No, but the boyfriend told before he opened the file for my sister. So my sister denied it. Wait. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have two sets of facts. Okay. One fact is there's a boyfriend in the United States who wanted to marry your sister in the Congo, and she said, no, I'm not interested in marrying you. And then there's another fact where there's a woman who went into the U.S. Embassy somewhere in Africa, posed as your sister to get some sort of visa. What does that have to do with the boyfriend who tried to get married to your sister and she said no? Where is the connection between the two?
So the connection is when the boyfriend went to see my sister, and my sister didn't agree with it. So
wait. Stop. We understand that. I understand. The man went to Africa. Your sister says, I don't want to marry you. Get out of here. Leave the Congo, whatever it is. Get lost. I'm not interested. I get it. And then at some point in the future, your sister walks into the embassy and they say, you've already applied for a visa. There's some sort of fraud here. What does that have anything to do with this man coming to Congo and your sister saying, I don't want to marry you? What's the connection?
So the connection is the boyfriend won a lottery visa. The diversity visa.
The boyfriend won. He was in the Congo too.
Yeah, he was in the Congo too.
Okay.
And he won the lottery visa.
Fine. So he married somebody. But why did he marry a person? Why did he marry somebody who'd say so he included a wife and claimed the wife was your sister?
But when he won the lottery visa, he wanted to marry my sister so that they can come into the U.S. together.
I understand that, but then he married somebody. All right, hold on. We're not going to figure this out you're going to need to have a consultation because we can go on forever. So hold on one second. I don't understand what's going on. All right, he won the lottery. There's some sort of fraud. We'll figure it out. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Ishmael in Queens. Ishmael.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to ask a question because my wife, I was arrested 2 times, and one of the arrests says disorderly conduct.
What was the other arrest? You have 2 arrests. One was a disorderly conduct.
Yes.
What was the other one?
The first one was when my wife called the police on me, so they let me go. So about 2 years again.
So there was a domestic violence. You were arrested.
Domestic violence.
You were arrested. Yes. You had to have been arrested if your wife called on a domestic violence in New York. And what do you mean they let you go? The case was dismissed against you eventually?
Yes, but there was an order of protection.
An order of protection. So did you? But were you found guilty of anything?
No, I was not found guilty.
How do you know you were not found guilty of something, even though you have an order of protection? That sounds inconsistent.
Because she's saying some things like.
I understand that, but in other words, if there's an order of protection, and they say stay away from your wife for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, it's possible you were found guilty of something. No,
they let me go. They let me go home, but what they say is there shouldn't be. We can argue, but
just because you were sent home doesn't mean you weren't found guilty of something. Are you living with your wife now, or you're not living with her now?
Yeah, I'm still living with her.
Even though there's an order of protection against you?
Yes.
Okay, because you're violating the order of protection. But you're violating the order.
No, they didn't say I can't go home. The restraining order didn't say you can't go home. I can go home. We can argue, but I shouldn't put my hand on her. I shouldn't stalk her. No physical fighting or something like that. That's what he said. He didn't say I can't go home.
Where are you from, Ishmael?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
All right. I think you need to have a consultation. We need to look at what you're looking at, because if there is an order of protection, you're violating it if you're living with her right now. So hold on one second. I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying is inconsistent. So hold on one second. All right, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529. You either have an order of protection or you don't have an order of protection. I don't know. Okay? But if you have an order of protection and you're living with the wife, guess what? You're in violation of the order of protection. You're committing a crime every second you're there. So let's make sure what's going on. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We're going to be taking your immigration calls for the next 5 minutes. So if you want to call in to get your immigration question asked and answered, you know what? Now or never, or at least until tomorrow at 9 a.m. Now or never until 9 a.m. 1-800-529-5465. So call now with your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. This is the Brad Sans Squeeze Show. Sans is French for without. The Brad Without Squeeze Show. 1-800-529-5465. At least that's what I'm told, Sans. I never took French, but that's what I'm told. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sheila in Queens. Sheila, you got to listen to the phone, not the radio, please.
Hello, yeah.
How are you? Sheila.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Good.
Yes,
all right, Sheila, you have to shut the radio off and listen to the phone.
Okay. I shut the radio off.
Okay, good. What can I do to help you?
Yeah, I sponsor my son, right? And he's under 21. He's in Guyana. I come over here. You know the processing time, but I'm a green card holder.
How old is your son now?
How long?
No, not how long. How old is your son now?
He's 19.
He's 19. Have you started the filing for him yet?
Yes, I did.
When did you file for him?
December gone. Last year,
December of 2016. Okay. So did you get the I-130 approved yet?
No, I didn't get the approval. Just to get a receipt.
You have a receipt, and that's it.
All right. Can you tell me how long that would take?
Yes, I can. 1 second, please. I got to pull up the visa bulletin, And you can also look at it yourself. It's not a mystery, but you go to travel.state.gov and you can look at the visa bulletin yourself. But they're up to right now December 22nd, 2015. So if you filed in December 2016, you're about 1 year away.
Yeah, about that.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. And if you have not heard from immigration within the next few months, you should come see me because you should have heard by now.
Okay.
Okay? Not bad.
Yeah, so you don't know how long.
I just told you how long. I just told you how long. You're 1 year away from getting a green card. You should have heard from immigration already. If you have not heard in the next few months, you should come see me because you should have heard already. But let's give it another 2 or 3 months. But your son is about 1 year away from getting his green card.
My son, yeah, because I got mine in December, the first week, and I sponsor for him.
I understand that. You put in your application in December of 2016.
Yes, I did.
Right, I told you they're in December 2015, so that means you have 1 year away, and you've already been waiting almost 1 year, and I've told you that the I-130 should have already been approved, and if it's not, you should come see me very shortly if you don't get an approval very shortly, because it should have already been approved. So I'm a little concerned, but you are 1 year away.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Yes, okay. I will wait, and then I call you back and get your address, and I will come to you.
You can hold on 1 second. Even better. Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Damien in Mount Vernon. Damien.
Hey, good afternoon, Brad.
Good afternoon. What's up?
Good. Matter of fact, I want to thank you at first because a couple of years ago you helped out my stepfather and my mother file for him.
Right.
You guys did a beautiful job there. Got a question here for myself. I file I-130 for my wife. She currently resides in Jamaica, and she has a visa, so she travels back and forth from Jamaica to come here to New York. Trying to figure out if she comes here on her regular visa and stays before the filing comes through. How do we go about having her stay?
Are you a citizen or a resident?
I am a citizen.
Well, if she travels here and stays, she's made a misrepresentation. You've already filed for her, so she's shown the intent of getting her green card. So at this point, you already the cat's out of the bag. You already told the government she wants a green card. So if she comes here and stays and then applies for her green card here, guess what? She misrepresented herself. So,
got it.
So you got to just, unfortunately, you got to just wait it out at this point.
Oh, okay. Because we filed in June, and I think I just heard you mentioned that they're up to December right now.
No, that's for those are for residents. That's for residents. That's for residents. For residents. Okay.
But I'm a permanent. I'm a permanent citizen though.
I understand that. So what that represents is what I told you. And by the way, I don't know what happened here to my list here. But what I was telling you was for U.S. citizens. Excuse me. I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to actually produce a show.
Take your time.
No. It has nothing to do with you. I lost on my screen here my production thing. There we go. So the last caller was now I'm good now. The last caller was residents. So that was a mother filing for a child under 21, and the mother was a permanent resident. You are a U.S. citizen filing for a spouse. You filed in June. You should have the approval momentarily in the next week or two, or 3, and you should be getting her here by next summer.
Got it. Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay. 1-800-529-5465. Anthony from Brooklyn.
Mr. Brad.
How are you?
I'm all right, sir. I got a quick question for you. I have a friend of mine came out recently from Jamaica on a visitor's visa.
Right.
But when she come through the airport, they only stamped in her book when she came in the country. Normally they used to give you like the
they don't give the I-94s anymore. It's done electronically. So if they don't tell you, it just assumes 6 months.
So it's normally 6 months then,
Normally
right?
6 months, yes, unless they say otherwise. But you can Google it, okay? What you can do is you can go to Google, because Google knows everything, All right, and if you Google I-94 online or something like that, let me see. If you Google I-94 online, you'll get the website i94.cbp.dhs.gov, and you can print out your I-94 there. So you have to print it out online, but assume it's 6 months.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Mark. Mark.
Yes, good afternoon, Brad.
How are you?
I got a question here.
Yes.
My kids gained citizenship through me, naturalized, and I just want to know if they actually do need that citizenship certificate.
Yes, they do, and I'll tell you why. Because getting a U.S. passport is not definitive proof that you're a U.S. citizen. Because you know who trumps the State Department? Department of Homeland Security. So until you get a certificate of citizenship from the Department of Homeland Security, you're never 100% certain you're a citizen. I've seen lots of people with U.S. passports who later on the Department of Homeland Security says you got that passport wrongfully and you're not a citizen. So you get the certificate of citizenship because once you have that, that is definitive you're a citizen. Nobody could ever take it away.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Stacy in Kingston. Stacy.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Yes.
I wanted to follow up on the previous call, and not this last one, but the one before. He was asking if he's a citizen and he's filing for his wife, and she travels back and forth.
Right.
Couldn't she go up and get an adjustment of status if the petition is already approved?
No, she can't, because there's now laws that say if you travel on your visitor's visa and enter the United States for the purposes of getting your green card, you're barred for life. Misrepresentation. Cannot. Once you file the I-130, you can't come up to the United States on a visitor's visa and then intend to adjust your status. You can't do it. Now, if the I-130 was never filed and you've never shown any intent of getting a green card, and then you just happen to visit America and then 90 days change your mind, different story. But you can't do that now. Now you got to wait.
Okay, but in the case where she's there visiting and she gets the interview date, can she come back and do the interview in Jamaica and then go back?
Sure, as long as she doesn't overstay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
1-800-529-5465. We're going to take 2 more calls, and then we're going to go to our social media queen, Kim, in our social media room with your immigration questions. So let's go to Timothy in Brooklyn. Timothy.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
All right. I have a question. My wife has been here for, I think, about 14 years. And she married the person, but that didn't work out. She came through Canada, but she did the fee. She paid for the fee, but she never got her green card. So I'm trying to get her green card now. We're going through the process. So I was wondering,
when did she pay the fee? When was this?
That was back in 90-something.
Okay. So if she can show that it was a bona fide marriage and it was a bona fide application, she can pay the penalty fee again and get a green card here. If she can't, then she's going to have to do a provisional waiver. That's based on the facts. I'm never going to figure it out on the radio. You would have to come in with all the documents and we'll figure it out. So hold on 1 second. Let's go to Marianne in Kingston. Marlene in Kingston, how are you?
Hello.
How are you, Marlene?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Hold a second. Just hold a second, please. My husband is a green card holder, and he's going to file for me, but I have a son who is born in the U.S. I had that son when I was traveling back and forth on my visitor's visa.
You're going to have a problem. Hold on. You can't give birth on a visitor's visa and then expect to get a green card these days. Hold on. You're going to have a big problem. Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. Sunita.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm calling from Queens. I just have a question.
Yes.
If I filed for my daughter in 2014, she already have a priority date before, like 2 months before she was 21. But she lives here in New York. She has to go back to Trinidad.
She's going to need a provisional waiver before she leaves. But if you filed in 2000,
she have DACA?
Even though she has DACA, she's still going to need a provisional waiver unless she received DACA before her 18th birthday.
Yes, she had DACA since she was 16.
Okay, as long as she has DACA, she won't need the provisional waiver because she has been in, she's been okay. She's been in some sort of lawful status here since under the age of 18, so she shouldn't need the provisional waiver, but she should still have an attorney deal with it. But she's now over 21. She has another 2-3 years of waiting.
Okay.
Now, if
okay,
DACA
but she's
ends,
over 21 now.
yes, I understand. So her priority date's 2014, so she has about another 3 years. Now, if DACA ends for her in 2 years from now, then she may need a provisional waiver because she's going to have unlawful presence at that point. But we'll see.
Okay, because her file is already going back to the NBC for her to get interviewed in Trinidad.
No, it won't because you told me 2014. And they're only up to 2011, so she's not.
No. She got her priority date was since June 2016.
What is her priority date?
Yeah.
What's her priority date?
Her priority date is June 2016. I filed with her November 2014.
Is she over 21 years old?
Yeah, she's over 21 now.
She's not current for another 3 years. Hold on, you misunderstanding what's going on. All right, she's not current. She's over 21 now. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's check on Kim, our social media queen, in our social media room, and see what question she has for us on Facebook. Hello, Kim. I don't hear you, Kim. I still don't hear you. Kim, knock.
You hear
knock,
me now?
knock. Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Knock,
Kim,
knock.
I hear you. Oh,
Yes.
good now. Okay, how are you?
Oh, perfect.
All
I'm doing well. How are you, Brad?
Good. What's up? What do we got? We don't have time.
Okay.
No time
No
for
chit-chat.
Chit-chat.
Okay, Andrew on the Brad and Squeeze show page, though he gets his question asked first, wants to know, I'm a U.S. citizen filing for my wife. We went to our interview last month. We received an RFE for a new medical. My wife already sent the new medical to Federal Plaza. How long do we have to wait to hear an update?
120 days.
Melissa, also smartly asking her questions on the official Brad and Squeeze show page,
Very good.
wants to know, my priority date is the 19th of July this year. How long will it take for my I-130 to be approved? My husband is a U.S. citizen, and I'm outside of the U.S.
You should have your I-130 approved very shortly. You should be here by next summer.
Okay. Jacqueline would like to know, if you're a visitor to the United States and get married on a visitor's visa, can you go back home and then still get a green card?
As long as you didn't get married within the first 90 days. If you get married within the first 90 days, you can't come on a visitor's visa to get married. It's not one of the purposes of the visitor's visa. I say this 1 million times. I'm a broken record when I say this. It is enshrined in law now. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Yeah, that has got to be the question you repeat the most.
Question of the year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, like they have song of the year and, movie of the year. We are going to have question of the year. So far, that is far and away. We have a couple of nominations. How much longer will my son and daughter have to wait? That's also nominated for question of the year. And the other question of the year is I have the 2-year green card. I want to get my permanent green card. I don't know where my spouse is. Okay. Also nominated. Those are the 3 nominations for question of the year. We'll see which one. We'll see which one wins. Continue.
Bino on Facebook would like to know, when an individual is adjusting their status, will applying for student assistance affect their application, or will taking advantage of the New York City fee tuition program affect them negatively?
No, it won't have any effect.
Great. Tamika had a really interesting comment on all the callers that we have today. Apparently they have something called winter brain, and their brains have frozen.
Winter brain.
Winter brain.
Winter brain. Have we got it? How do you have winter brain? It has not been winter yet. Could be late fall brain. Maybe some leaves have fallen on their brain, but we're not in the winter yet. But okay, early winter brain. What else?
Unique Yannick wants to know.
Unique Yannick.
Unique Yannick.
Got it? Okay.
If you file for consular processing, but while visiting in the U.S., the petition was approved. Can you just stay and adjust the status even if you're there for less than a month?
You're here in the United States. You cannot adjust your status if you are here less than a month. Question of the year. What else, Unique?
This is going to be one of those names that I'm going to butcher. Rasukra Jewelry.
Oh, Rasukra. Yes, of course, yes.
Obvious.
I don't know. I bet you if I saw the I'm very good with reading people's names, but I don't see the question here. But all right, go.
My question is, if my father died while my F3 was approved, can someone else pick up my case? I'm now in Guyana.
A close family member absolutely can and finish the case as long as you can show humanitarian reasons why you need to come to the United States. We're very good at that. So someone can step into the shoes of your father. My condolences on your father. But as long as you have another close family member here, they can step in the shoes and complete the case for you. So,
okay. And that's great news. Lisa Montague would like to know what happens when a person loses their I-94.
Nothing. You've lost your I-94. You could always go to Google. You see, Google knows everything. Go to Google, go I-94 online. The first thing that pops up will say, we just did it, cbp.dhs/I-94, whatever that website is. It's the official website for I-94 printouts, and just print it out.
Great. And I believe we actually answered this question in the 9 a.m. hour, but it seems like Assets did not hear the answer. So can a child who got their green card through abandonment of a parent file for the other parent?
I remember that question. The answer is yes.
Right?
The answer is yes. Well, I don't know what I don't know what you mean by abandonment. So in other words, if it was a special juvenile immigrant, then the answer is no. I'm not sure what you mean by abandonment. So actually, I take that question back because I just assumed that he was saying that the father abandoned, but now they've reunited somehow. As long as you can show that the father was in the life of the child, then you can, sponsor. But maybe I'm misunderstanding what he means by abandonment. So I'm retracting a little bit from that.
Okay.
I need to know more.
RV would like to know. RV.
Oh, RV. I thought Harvey. I said, wow, my father's watching.
Your father's asking all his
My father's asking questions. Okay. RV wants to know.
RV wants to know. My mother petitioned my two brothers. They are over 21 years old of age and not married. My mother's a green card holder. How long do they need to wait? Question of the year.
Your brother filed for who?
My mother
filed. Oh, there's question of the year. One nominated for question of the year. It's about 6 to 7 year wait. I don't know when did they file.
It does not say when they.
All right, we got to get moving, social media queen. Anything else? Because we're running out of time here. Thank you very much. Bravo, excellent job as always, social media queen Kim. We'll see you back tomorrow at 9. All right, so now we're going to go to our braducation episode, and today on Braducation, I'm going to be talking about what documents you need to bring to your interview. Is that the question? Maybe. Oh, that is not okay. Different Braducation. That'll be a different day. On this Braducation, it's very important you actually watch this one. What questions will be asked of you at your interview? Watch this.
What kinds of questions will they ask me at my green card interview?
Well, it depends what you're going to be interviewed about. So if you're going to be interviewed based on a marriage, of course they're going to want to know about your marriage. Is this a bona fide marriage? Are you living together with your spouse? Do you share the same economic relationship with your spouse? Meaning that you share in the proceeds and benefits of the income coming in from the marriage, and you also share in the debts of the marriage as well, meaning you're paying your bills and you're paying your debts out of similar accounts. You're sharing the economic relationship as well as a physical living arrangement. If you're being interviewed about something else, they will ask you about that. If you're being interviewed about asylum, obviously they're going to ask you why you have a reasonable fear to return to your home country. If you're being interviewed based on an employment case, they're they're going to ask you about your job to make sure it is a real bona fide job. They are also going to ask you lots of questions about whether you are otherwise admissible to the United States, but we'll leave that for another video. All right, the Braducation video of the day. We keep it under 45 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 1-800-529-5465. I'm being joined now by David Moreno. He is a former district attorney here in New York. He is a fantastic criminal defense attorney, a partner here at Spar and Bernstein. How are you, sir? And in our social media room, I don't hear him, but there he is, looking very handsome with the pocket square. Very good. I like it. Liking how I hear you, liking the look very much. David Moreno, as everybody knows, is voted one of the top 100 litigators in the United States, also voted one of the top 40 black lawyers under 40 in the United States. Welcome. And today we're going to be talking about, David, something very disturbing that happened in L.A. Obviously, you're not an L.A. lawyer, but this stuff obviously happens. The video surfaced just the other day. A black man was pulled over by white and Asian cops in Los Angeles. Allegedly had a gun in his car, was allegedly also driving recklessly. And then, all of a sudden, here's the video, a police officer is seen sticking a small bag of cocaine into the person who was getting arrested, the perpetrators, the so-called perpetrator, into his wallet, allegedly framing him with cocaine, putting it in his wallet when that cocaine was not in his wallet before. And then if anybody goes and watches this video after, the police officer says on 4 separate occasions, "Look what we found in your wallet, the cocaine." So now what now people are probably saying, like I was saying, is this the stupidest cop in America? I mean, he has his body camera on, and he puts it while his body camera's on. This could be the dumbest cop in America, except what happens is in the video, we see the officer pressing the body camera on after he sticks the cocaine in the perpetrator's wallet. What apparently they didn't train him on, so it's probably training more than anything, is that the body recorder is recording 30 seconds before you press it on. So as a result, they caught the 30 seconds before he pressed the on button on the body camera. And the 30 seconds before, you see him picking up cocaine off the ground and sticking it in that person's wallet. Now, the cops claim it fell out of the wallet and they were just sticking it back in. The perpetrator claims he's completely framed. He never had cocaine on him. That's the story. What percentage are you're a defense attorney, what percentage of your clients say they're framed?
The percentage is actually probably pretty high, right? Yeah. I'd probably say about 30% of the people that come through our doors say, "Look, I was arrested for X, but I didn't do X."
So what do you do? All right, now do you believe everybody when they say,
"Absolutely not.
I didn't do it"? Because somebody did it. I mean, obviously somebody somewhere did it. All right, everyone can't be innocent, but at the same time, everyone can't be guilty. Here, it's just so obvious what a frame job that this was. Okay, but when a client tells you that they're framed, okay, what do you go about determining whether or not they're telling the truth, they're not? How do you investigate all of this?
Absolutely. So generally, most people say, "I'm not guilty," right? When people say specifically, "I'm framed," that raises the eyebrows a little bit, because that's a very, very serious claim. Oftentimes, it's not as easy to prove as the video we just watched. But the first thing we want to do is we want to investigate that, right? Because if there's a situation of police misconduct and it's provable, I mean, the DA's office is not just only tasked with prosecuting defendants or the public. If the police are doing something wrong, they need to be informed of that as well. In my experience, both as a DA and as a defense attorney, I find that DA's offices take that very, very seriously if you can show them some credible evidence. So things that we do is we'd order the cell phone records, right? we'd order the cell sites as to where clients are, because oftentimes time and location can either corroborate or decorroborate their story. Just take it a step further. Easy Pass records. The cameras at the toll booths. Every toll booth you go through snaps a camera of your license plate going through. These are the type of things that, can actually create a timeline, tell a story. In this situation, it would be tough. We would need, besides that body cam, if this cop wasn't as sloppy as he was, we would need actual witnesses to the crime, right? So folks that did cell phone videos, social media, looking at geotags of what happened at that date, time, place, and location where the arrest took place.
By the way, this is not the cops coming after us, and I wish we had really good sound effects, but this is actually the police outside, obviously, going past our building. I just want to make sure that...
That's not you? You didn't do that with like a soundboard?
Yeah, well, that'd be great if we had the soundboard, the cops going while you're talking about this. But... So in this particular case, this guy lucked out because, you just had the dumbest cop in the world, okay? But in most cases, I assume there are people that are framed all the time. How would you go about investigating this if without a body cam? This video not surfacing if you were representing this guy. What would you do? How do you handle it?
Well, there's a number of ways to handle it, right? All these cases are very fluid. In this situation, I would start with interviewing folks that are around, right? When the cops are stopping people nowadays, there's always a crowd. Some people would look for fingerprints. On a case like this, on a small bag, it's going to be very hard to leave a fingerprint, or the cops' fingerprints are going to be on that anyway. So I would start with actual, visual evidence, what people actually observed, to create kind of a story.
By the way, I want everyone to know, especially on WVIP 93.5 FM, you're listening to David Moreno. He's a former district attorney here in Manhattan. He's now a partner here at Spar and Bernstein in our criminal defense department. He's a fantastic attorney. Every person should have a good telephone number to a good lawyer. And that number for David Moreno, somebody needs to save a number of a good lawyer in their phone. Because look at this guy in LA, got pulled over. Maybe he was recklessly driving, maybe he wasn't, who knows? Okay? But he certainly didn't have cocaine in his wallet. We saw that, right? You need good lawyers. Now, maybe if, you get pulled over and there's a guy with a body cam and the cop turns on the body cam and puts the cocaine in your wallet, maybe you don't need such a good lawyer. It's open and shut. Most of the times you don't get that lucky. And that's why you need a good lawyer. Save our telephone number. It is so important. 1-800-529-5465. The best way to save our number is to pick up the phone, dial the number, and hang up, and then you got really good lawyers saved for life in your phone. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. You dial 1-800-529-5465. You say, "Hi, Fiona. I'm just saving the number for David Moreno in case I'm the guy who gets pulled over and cops do some sort of stuff to me that they shouldn't. And next thing I know, I'm in jail. I need David Moreno's number. I'm saving it." 1-800-529-5465. You pick up the phone, dial the number, and hang up. So let me ask you this question, David. Somebody says they come in frame. This happens also. Okay, but they have a series of drug arrests already. Does that make it harder to prove that the cops in this particular case have done something wrong?
In theory, yes, right? It depends on what stage we're talking about. If we're talking just from the initial stages, negotiating with the prosecutor, we have something as tangible and as obvious as this case. We take this video, send it to the prosecutor. You could have been arrested 1,000 times for drugs. Most prosecutors in the country are going to dismiss that case right away. Now, if we're talking about at a trial where, some of your past criminal behavior can become relevant, and obviously a smart and tactful criminal defense attorney would argue that it's not relevant and it shouldn't come in, it'd be incredibly inflammatory and prejudicial. But theoretically, if that stuff comes in, a juror of 12 peers, most like the viewers that we're looking at here, if they see or hear that someone's been arrested for either possessing drugs, using drugs, or selling drugs in the past, they're going to be more likely, it's human nature, to believe that this person also possessed the drugs here. Obviously, it depends on how the evidence comes out. A smart lawyer would keep that stuff out. A smart lawyer would also bring out this video if we have it at a trial, but it also just depends on where we are in the process.
So what happens? So like, do you make like a motion to try to squash some of the some of the incriminating evidence? Is that one of the techniques that you would do?
In this case, I would do a motion in limine, is what it's called in a criminal case, and ask for a Sandoval hearing. Would it be determined which past behavior of the client would be relevant to be heard by a jury? And if, theoretically we're dealing with a client that has, say, 10 previous drug arrests, we'd argue that, we don't want that to come in because it's so close in nexus to the crime at hand that it's going to unfairly prejudice the jury in this case.
Yeah, just because the guy was smoking weed 10 years ago doesn't mean he has cocaine in his wallet today.
Have you ever heard of rehab? People clean up.
Right,
they change their lives.
Right. And just, just because, you did something 10 years ago doesn't mean you necessarily did it the day the cops get you. Where is, incriminating evidence usually, cops, we're talking about cops, crooked cops. Not every cop is crooked, obviously. Okay, it's a small minority, but we're talking about crooked cops. If you're a crooked cop, are you usually planting it in somebody's wallet? Where are you planting evidence? Where's evidence mostly planted?
It's going to be somewhere, the easiest accessible place for them to put it in. So in this situation, the wallet was on the floor, it was off his person, it was easy to put it there. Oftentimes, again, look, I haven't worked on many of these cases, but from my experience seeing it, oftentimes it's put directly on the client's person, in their waistband, in their car. It becomes extremely more difficult to put things in people's homes, but you'll find it at the scene of an arrest, on the person, near in proximity to them, anywhere that, a crooked cop, and like you said, Brad, most cops aren't crooked, anywhere a crooked cop would have access to.
So let me ask you this, because we're talking about people who claim they didn't do it. What advice do you have for people if they get arrested and they claim they didn't do it, they didn't commit this crime, they got the wrong guy, or they planted something, it wasn't me, whatever the case is, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, okay? That's basically, I didn't do it, okay? Mm-hmm. What advice do you have for people who didn't do it?
Look, you more than everybody, you really need a strong lawyer that's going to argue your side. It's going to do the research to corroborate what you're saying, and is going to be able to present it in a way that is credible, that both a judge and a prosecutor, and ultimately, if it goes that far, a jury will respond well to. Because again, just like every other criminal case, these stakes are very, very high. You just wouldn't go to any doctor to do open heart surgery. I always say, get a good criminal defense attorney that's going to listen to you and is going to do the research to corroborate what you're saying.
All right, so everybody, you heard it. Get a good criminal defense attorney. You're listening to David Moreno right now. Save his telephone number. You never know when you're going to need a good criminal defense attorney. Here's his telephone number. It's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. You pick up the phone, dial the number, hang up, save it. Keep it in your phone. Hopefully you never have to use the number, but the best way to save the number is to dial the number so you know you have the right number saved. So many times I put telephone numbers in and they're the wrong number, and then when I need to use it, I'm calling the butcher instead of the doctor, or I'm calling the car dealer instead of whatever I need. So save it by dialing it and hanging up. And the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. That is the number for really good criminal defense attorney David Moreno, not only in New York, not only in New Jersey, but in federal cases around the entire United States of America. Very good job, David. Fantastic lawyer, a scholar, a gentleman, and a very handsome man as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. I do have to remind everybody, we only have about a minute to go, but I do have to remind everybody that this is partly brought to you by the USA Credit Repair people. I do have to remind everybody that USA Credit Repair does help sponsor this show. And the number to call USA Credit Repair is 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-USA-7177. If your credit's below 700, you need to give them a call. Get your credit above 700. And if you get your credit above 700, then you're good to go here in the United States. Below 700, not so good. Above 700, good. Below 700, not so good. 700, below 700. 700, below 700. So if you're in the below part, Call right now, 1-800-872-7177. They have a program that if you follow their protocol, they guarantee that your credit will go up within 90 days or money back guaranteed. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. And if you know the answer to this question, Thomas Jefferson. The answer is Thomas Jefferson. If you know the question to the answer of Thomas Jefferson, then you will get free credit repair for the first 30 days. So just call them right now. Give them the question to the answer of Thomas Jefferson. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair. 1-800-872-7177. And by the way, the answer is he was a president of the United who was a president of the United States, and he was also the writer of the Declaration of Independence. All right. We are done for the day. Please remember, Spar and Bernstein for all your legal needs besides immigration, criminal defense. You heard a fantastic criminal defense attorney from David Moreno. Personal injury. You heard the commercial at the beginning about what a wonderful job we did for people. Matrimonial law. We were going to have Megan on, but we ran out of time. But hopefully we'll have her here later in the week. And of course, tax debt relief with Carmela. The telephone number again is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?